Hello there, Comp2. Hey, I had a student this week ask me if I would just throw together a quick little vid reviewing the steps for getting into the electronic databases at our college. I know we went over it in class, probably called an audible as I demoed it, but maybe that student wasn't there that day. Maybe you weren't. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you didn't write it down. And I look and sound like heck because I made a big mistake recently. I stood in front of my humanites at 1 o'clock and proclaimed that it had been a really long time since I've gotten sick. And then, of course, last night I sat down to read poetry, as I do every single night, by my wood stove. And 1 minute I was fine, and the next minute I wasn't. I have a terrible head cold, but it's not COVID. Don't worry. I've got a temp of 97.2, my regular operating temperature. I'm coming up to the college Monday to give this cold to each and every one of you, so watch out. Here's how you do it. You're going to go to the CLC webpage. You're going to click on the drop-down menu, Campus Life, and you're going to dip down and tap on Library and Testing Center. That'll take you to our library page. I can see Sergi, who hasn't been a student at CLC for 10 years, and you got options here. And the main one you're going to click on is electronic databases. When you land there, I think the two principal ones are Academic Search Premier, which is owned by a company called EBSCO Host Collection. Tell you something, our librarian, David Bissonette, prefers that one. Give it a whirl. I don't like how it looks compared to Jstor, which is option number 2. I just like it. I'm comfortable with it. And I also love that it shows you what the articles look like in the periodicals that they originally appeared in. Now, when you get to Jstor to review, you're going to click on Advanced Search. That's pretty important. And you're going to scroll a little bit, and you're going to click on Articles. Be sure to toggle that box, because if you don't, you're going to get an awful lot of extraneous stuff that will be unhelpful. You'll just create impediments for yourself. Once you've got that clicked, you are good to go. I wouldn't worry about date ranges. And just start poking, putting your topic in there, poke, 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 and watch your paper and your project take shape as you do that. Just scroll and read titles. And do your best to try to get your hands on, let's just call it 7 to 10 decent sources. You're going to make a claim. You're going to back it up getting help from other people, also known of as your sources. And the most important thing, and the pandemic's about over. I can raise the bar a little bit in a few ways here in the final weeks. It was kid gloves for so long because you guys were so traumatized by the time of trials. But it's pretty much close to regular school right now, and I'm really going to be calling on you to put those sources into collision. I keep talking about it, but it's important, and it's a metaphor that I think is really apt. You're going to create a parlor. It's like inviting people into any room and get them talking to one another. That is a big deal. I don't want to make this too long. I haven't talked about Google Scholar. I've never used it. I've never had any need to. Jstor for me is my one-stop shop when I'm researching anything. But give that a whirl. Websites can give you a start, but you can get lost there, and they can also offer you nothing but crap. And I will be sad if I look on your works cited page and see just a stream of websites. Create an MLA citation for each periodical as if you got it, as if you physically got it from that periodical. So I love you guys so much, each and every one of you, and good luck on this project.